Thanks for joining us for the Market Carver. I'm Adam Harder, Chief Investment Strategist. Glad to have you along. There's three things we're going to talk about this week. The first is something that hadn't been on the radar for the longest of times, but it is the possibility of mass strikes in the automobile industry. We got a glimpse of this last year with Lear, one of the suppliers, industry suppliers that we follow in the portfolio. They had strikes at several of their plants, a couple in Indiana, and that was a preview to many of what might happen when the big three auto manufacturers face contract renewals with unions later this year. Those contracts are set to expire in September, and the unions had long been under, since the bailout, under no strike provisions against the government. And so when those are set to expire, we see the unions taking many actions trying to try to get ready for a strike. They're stocking food pantries, they're encouraging their members to save up money. So we might very well see that, and in turn, some winners and some losers in the automobile industry. Of course, the manufacturers are going to push back. Ford, for instance, has a several dollar extra cost per hour for their labor than we see in Ford manufacturers, Toyota, Volkswagen. So they're going to push back based on competitiveness, and where that goes could lean the portfolio one way or the other in terms of winners and losers. Something we're certainly going to have our eye on through the summer. Apple is, of course, a company we've had in the portfolio, several for a long period of time. They have their developer conference where they speak to several of the program developers. It was expected at one point in time that they would be launching a mass TV product, and that doesn't look like it's going to happen, at least in the near future. But we might see what we hear rumors of are a streaming music service, which would be interesting because it might be cannibalizing some of the business they have for people who buy music. So it'll be interesting to see what direction they take that later this week. And the last thing we'll talk about is the market trends. Currently we're still seeing it work its way up in trend, but it's also worth noting that we have one of the quietest years we've ever had in history. In fact, if the Dow stays within the range that it's been in for the first 5 months of the year, it will be the smallest trading range in the history of the Dow. So it has, in fact, historically been a quiet summer. Thank you very much for sticking with us for a few minutes. If you're out and about on the weekend or on Thursday night, you can catch Consider This, our radio show, Thursday on WILO, that's AM 1570, that's 4 to 5 p.m. Saturday morning on QME 98.7 from 9 to 10, or Sunday on Shine 99 from 10 to 11 a.m. Thanks again for joining us.